So if you're using a broker with commissions, which is something we definitely would recommend, then you are probably accustomed to the introductory rate that a lot of brokers charge for commission. But the good news is that that rate can be negotiated and adjusted downwards over time, so that commission, while you're still going to be paying it, won't be taking up as big of a chunk of your profits as it did off the bat. So for example, on TD Ameritrade, if we click over here and try to sell just one option really quickly, you'll see that when we hit confirm and look at the trade confirmation, there's a 65-cent commission being charged for one contract. And if you're selling a decent amount of contracts, these could add up very quickly. And if you're selling contracts for low premium, they could take a decent chunk out of the profit. So how do we go ahead and lower this commission? And the answer simply is just to ask. And how do you do that? So we're in Thinkorswim right now. This is TD Ameritrade's desktop trading app. And the way to do this is go up here, click on support, click on create support requests. And you are going to go in here and simply just type in a message requesting that you get lower commissions. So when you send the message, it's going to look something like this. You're just going to send it into the chat. As far as what you want to write, pretty much something about how, you've been trading some options, you have some decent volume. Give them a number to work off. We picked 40 cents here, right? The introductory number is 65 cents. And then really important at the end here is to, acknowledge the fact that, other people have got advantageous commission rates. And key thing here, other brokers have some advantageous rates as well. If you really mention the potential for you to move your money to another broker, that typically is a solid catalyst for some sort of action from your broker. And while this is in TD Ameritrade, this is the same for pretty much any broker. We've seen it with E-Trade, we've seen it with Interactive Brokers and several other brokers that charge commission. But with those other brokers, while obviously the setup for going into the chat and talking to support is going to be a little bit different, the idea is exactly the same. Reach out to customer service, mention that you want a lower rate, others have lower rates, and you've seen brokers that offer better rates, and see what they can do for you. And so as you can see right here, we've gotten a response. The chat representative is on with us, and they're going to take a review and see what they can do for us. All right, so it took about 12 minutes, but they're finally getting back to us. Olivia did tell me it would just be a few minutes to review the account, but I'll cut her some slack. We'll see what they have to say. And this is the response we expect, because typically they don't have decisions like this right off the bat. So they submitted our request for 40 cents a contract, the number we specifically asked for, and we're going to hear back in 1 to 2 days. So using a little bit of movie magic, we could fast forward a couple of days, and this is the email that we received from TD Ameritrade, and they're letting us know that we were able to get that 40-cent commission rate that we requested. So one little caveat here is that this is a little bit larger of an account with some more trading activity, so they probably were a little more likely to grant a 40-cent commission to this one as opposed to someone who only has, $1,000 or $2,000 in their account, doesn't trade very often. But don't let that discourage you. I do have another smaller account where I was able to get the commission down to 50 cents, and the worst thing that you could have happen if you ask is just that they tell you no. And even if they tell you no, that doesn't mean you can't keep trading for 3 or 4 more months and then ask again. But just keep in mind those 3 main points when you do ask that we talked about, and that is 1, giving them an actual number to work off of, the 40 cents that we use in this situation. 2, letting them know that other people have some advantageous commission rates. And 3, kind of insinuating that other brokers have better rates and you may move your money elsewhere. Using those 3 points to communicate to your broker leads to success far more often than it doesn't from what I've seen. That's all we've got for this one. Thank you for watching this video. We're going to have some more content coming soon, so stay posted. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. And this has been the Hourglass Trader, where as time passes, we make money.